Hey everybody, Jordan Fox here. Just going to be opening a package that I just got. It's nothing too exciting, it's just a Volks body for my sleeping Migidoll head that my husband got me for my birthday, which isn't until April, but I am a spoiled brat and I found one that was really cheap online, and so yeah, we're going to open that up today. I like little stickers that they used. So thank you for joining me. I just finished doing a face-up on the Migidoll boy's head yesterday. I did two at the same time. I'm working on a project for my friend, Doll Philosopher, and I'm not going to show him what I'm doing with the doll that he got from me until later. So I won't post anything about that until later. It looks like he was just sent in pieces in that regard. I thought she would send them in mini pieces, which is totally fine either way. I just like to give them a bath usually first, but since he's here and mostly together, I will probably just put them together and then give them a bath and swading and stuff at another time. I got this body really cheap on Den of Angels. I think it was like $84. And it's the long leg version. So happy early birthday to me. I usually change out the strings and stuff too, but I need to get more string from Alice's collections. If you're ever needing to restring your doll and you don't know how much to use, Alice's collection sells bundles that are $3 for the bundle, and you get enough for the legs and for the arms. And then you just use those as they are, which is kind of cool. You can also get the string from your local fabric stores. I've done that before as well. And it kind of makes it nice too if you want to do that, because they have like other string options. So I've actually used pink string in some of my dolls if they're especially pink type dolls. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's just talk some doll stuff, I guess. 2026 was going to be the year that I didn't really do anything with dolls. My intention was to buy none as much as possible. But things have changed around here as far as like purchases and stuff are concerned. I had a Saw Saint head, that's the open eye, and I sold my YC doll, Wuxi or Wookie, to another doll hobbyist called Doll Edit by AP. And so he's at her house in her capable hands now. And I don't know, like, I like the doll a lot, but there's just things about him that didn't suit the character, except for gargantuan body, so I decided to put the Saw Saint head on a ring doll body for a joke, just to see how it would look, because I thought that it would look tiny and weird, and it fit it perfectly. And so since things have changed, my son C wasn't using that body anymore because I didn't have an OC for him, which was kind of cool that it worked out that way. And then I sold the Saw Saint head with the hound body, and someone bought that like within 5 minutes. I had it shipped out the next day for them because they paid so fast. And I don't like to be somebody who doesn't ship things quickly, especially when I get things paid so fast. And so But aside from that, I'm waiting for a Dream Valley night, Candle Night Cadle, Cadell. I don't know how they're supposed to say it. But he looks like he's going to be really cute. The only thing is I don't really like MSD sized dolls. There's nothing against them. I don't know, I just find that they're too small. And so I do have one MSD, but he's supposed to be a child, so like that's why I ended up keeping just the one MSD, and I sold the other 3 that I had. I do have an MSD elf, no, not elf, L head from Fairyland, and I do like him as well. So I will eventually get him a body. He's just going to be like this tiny creature. And yeah, I don't really know when he's going to get a body. I didn't intend to get this guy a body for a long time either, but here he is with a body. And it's nice that he's already set up, so that'll make this video quicker for you. But anyways, I thought the doll, the Dream Valley Candle Night, I need glasses obviously because I thought he was a 58 centimeter doll, which like 60 is like the kind of the size that I really like. And that did not end up going the way I thought, because when I looked at him again later, when I was talking about him with my friends on Discord on my channel for the Dreaming Lands, it turned out he's actually 53 centimeters, but that's like before his candle hat, so I'm hoping that he will be big enough that I will like him enough. But the problem with him was every time I was online, his cute little sad face just kept looking at me like, why aren't you buying me? And so I caved, and here I am with waiting for him. He's going to be probably another 4 months before I get him. I ordered him on December 2nd, so we'll see what happens. So true to form, at all this old, there is yellowing, but I mean that's to be expected. He is a old doll. Oh, that's the wrong side. That's the nice thing about these bodies, is that because they're so old, you see them come up quite often on Den of Angels for like next to nothing. So if you're looking for a doll body, I really like the Volks bodies because, I don't know, I like the way that their hands are and the way they feel to kind of like hold them, which is silly, I know, but I like it. Let's see, what else am I waiting for? Oh, I sold my Saint body, like I said, with the saw head, and I ended up getting a Gem of Doll Adrian, and that'll be my 4th Gem of Doll. I've got a Gem of Doll Gaia, a Gem of Doll Jessen, which I really love. At first I wasn't too sure about him until he kind of came into his own, and now I have a Gem of Doll Gaia. Actually, she was the first Gem of Doll I got. I really like their everything, like their painting and stuff, like it looks exactly like it does on the website. Hooks for the feet. And I also have a Gem of Doll Thimble, Winter Gals, I think it's called. They're, that doll's like huge, he's really heavy, but I rather enjoy him quite a bit. I don't tend to pick him up a lot. But I got him for my OC Ghost, who is in my Vampires of LA series. Originally that character was a volks Koya, which is like actually one of the more rare ones. And I did have the Koya for sale for a little while because I wanted the Gem of Doll one, but no one seemed to want the Koya, and that's fine. so nobody purchased him. And so I still have the Koya, which is cool because I do like him. He just wasn't suitable for the character. But the Gem of Doll Adrian is, because he's supposed to be like this like gorgeous singer from an industrial group that I made up called Gorgeous Distortion for my books. And actually I made up Gorgeous Distortion many years ago when I was just playing with my dolls one day. I changed Uriel's wig to a blonde one and used some of my other characters. I thought maybe I would just reuse the same dolls I had and make some new stories, because I used to do photo stories with my dolls like years and years ago. I still do them. The photo stories are free. You can get them on my website, thedreaminglands.com. I don't do them as much as I used to because they take quite a long time to make, but I still do make them, and I'm never going to charge money for them. You can also see them on my TikTok. Body. Yeah, I just like these guys' bodies. They just sit up and they're just all cute. So this is the Migidoll head. I painted him. He actually ended up turning out to be quite the same color with the painting that I'd done on him. Normally I do the whole thing making eyes and everything, but didn't have to do that for him for obvious reasons. I also don't know what style I'm gonna do for these guys as far as like clothing is concerned, but he's gonna be friends with my Koya. Oh, he's gonna need a bigger hook in his head for this. That'll work. Just for now. I find that my tastes have changed quite a bit, because back in the day, like, the dolls mostly had like larger heads, big eyes, that kind of stuff, and I've had more Delphs kind of come and go over the years since I've been changing my tastes to stuff more like Ring Doll and like what Gem of Doll put out for like their more human dolls. But I do still love the older dolls as well. Mostly for nostalgia reasons, and there's certain ones that I'll never get rid of. Like, I love my Delph Wusus a lot. Yeah, I think that'll work. Looks like he's sleeping. I don't know what to put him in. I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. Pants. I always organize things now that I've got a dresser just specifically for my dolls. They actually have more dresser space than I do. Maybe some jeans. I thought maybe these guys were going to be from like my spiritual dimension, which are going to eventually happen in my books. I'm not too sure though what I'm going to do with those. These are too long on them, but they will work for now. I'll do his sneakers somewhere. Maybe I'll give him sneakers. Still going to have to figure out his look. But anyways, he's going to be friends with my Koya once I get my Gem of Doll Adrian here. I call this shirt the slut shirt because everybody's worn it. Fuzz gets on everything with this shirt. I've got a few wigs here, but I don't think he's going to suit any of them. I have some more in my dresser. So if you're gonna do what I do and get it yourself a doll dresser, I just went to a thrift store and got one for $20 when it was on sale. It's very floppy. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how I painted him. I wasn't too sure how I was going to do it. I had many ideas, but I don't know, I think he's cute the way he is. At first I thought maybe I'd make them like aquatic, but then I'm getting into stupid things like mermaid tails and things like that. Nope, that looks ridiculous. I'm sure this one probably will too. That's a little much for this character, I think. The last one I got is a fur wig that I made with a... well, way too big. Well, that is him, so we will just at least make him look presentable for our goodbye. And there is his face up. But thank you for joining me.